Excuse me. Alrighty, let's try that again. Is that better? There we go. Hey, Beth. Hey, John. Hello, True Blue from Arizona. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hey, Haley. You and Dad are listening tonight. Awesome. How are you guys doing? Hello, Michelle. Can you guys hear me okay? Sound is good? Yes, no, maybe? Yep. All right, cool. Hey, Tom. Hey, Deborah. Yep. The whole Miller family is on tonight. Awesome, Beth. Thank you. A little different. Sorry, I keep putting my finger up there. A little different view tonight. I have no internet. My internet popped out tonight, so we're using. I'm using my phone tonight, so I do apologize for the inconvenience. If there's anybody new here tonight, even Sophia, awesome. Hey, Sophia. If there's anybody new on tonight, please go hit that subscribe button. Subscribe for us. Smash that like. And definitely hit the notification bell so you'll know when we're on. We are on every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But we will be doing a lot of non-live videos pretty soon. So hit that subscribe or the notification bell too. But definitely hit that like. If you don't hit anything else, hit that like for us if you would. YouTube, whenever people hit that like. Yes, and share for me too, please. Everybody share. I'm going to get a little more people on tonight. Guys, if you would, go share this and let everybody know that we are here tonight, even though we're having to do it a little differently. You guys are seeing a wider view of my wall with all the pictures. You see all the pictures? I can't block that out. If I block it out, you're going to be in my face like this, and that's just scary and creepy. Okay, Haley, that's cool. I'll just answer the comment, not the person, unless I know it's you. I hope everybody had an awesome week this week. I did. I had a really great week. The team had an awesome week as well. A couple members of our team didn't have a great week. They had to deal with some high waters and some flooding. Miss Beth. But we are happy to say that they had to actually move away from their home where they put their travel trailer because it flooded. Literally, I mean, really bad flooded. Like they couldn't be there anymore. They were going to float away, float out into the lake. But they did get back out there, thank goodness. So we thank the Lord for that. They did get back at home, got set back up, and all is well now back on the lake where they love to be. So it was a little too wet for me. Yeah, it was a little too wet for you, wasn't it? Week sucked. Weekend was awesome. Awesome time. I'm so glad to hear that. So happy you guys got back where you love to be. We're going to let a few more people get on. You guys share. Let everybody know we're on. Sometimes when I use the phone, y'all see this shameless plug of CAPI merch. CAPI merch. Get it now. CAPIParanormal.com. Go get your merch. Yeah, I know. More rain. Yep, like we haven't had enough, right? We've got more coming. That does suck. Big time. But if it was a drought in the middle of summer, we'd be screaming for rain, right? And it's probably going to happen this summer because we haven't had much of a winter, and now it's almost over. So nothing like last week, though. Yeah, exactly. Thank the Lord. That's awesome. I'm a little tired today. It's been a busy weekend. Michelle and I are getting some land, leasing some land for our horses, and so we've been dealing with that all weekend. And we went and put the final touches on what the stuff that we have to do for the land to be able to house horses there today. And so our contractor is going to be getting ready this coming week to get out there and get started. And we're super excited about that. So you guys say a little extra prayer for Michelle and I and the family and our horses. It's going to be a big transition. Right now we have to travel about 30 to 40 minutes to get to our horses. Once we get this land fixed to where we can actually house horses on it, they're going to have twice the amount of land or three times the amount of land space and grazing space. And they're only going to be about 5 minutes away from the house. So that's awesome. We're super excited about that. We fell into this deal where we can lease the land and help keep the land and manage it and everything in lieu of boarding fees. And so it's just going to work out. It's going to save us a lot of money, a lot of time. It's just, we're super excited. So you guys pray that that all goes well for us. Also, conclude Beth and Tom in your prayers too, that they get everything settled back. They had their land just perfect where their trailer is right there by the lake and had a deck put up. And I'm hoping, I haven't heard yet, but I guess one of you guys can let me know. I'm hoping that the decks that you built were not damaged too much and that the foundation is still good. Is that the case? That you guys, are you good to go on that? Let us know. But oh, thank you, Beth. Thanks, Tom. Congrats. They will be happier. Yes, our horses are going to be ecstatic. They're going to love it. Plus, when you we were able to save the decks. Awesome. Good. I'm so happy to hear that. I was worried about that. But also where the horses are at now, which is a great place. If you guys ever need horse boarding in Central Alabama, we recommend Blue Apple Farms as much as we can to everybody that we can. It's a wonderful place to board your horses. It's not super expensive, and they have a true love for animals there. So it's a great place. But one of the drawbacks of having your horses when you can't have them at your home, like we can't because we live in the frickin' suburbs. But one of the drawbacks to that is we're not the only people that have horses boarded there. Other people have horses there as well. And so you run into, problems. And, we would go out and our horses would have bite and kick marks on them and stuff like that. So they'll be the only horses there. There won't be any other horses there to bother them or any of that stuff. So we're super excited about that. That's what Michelle and I have wanted for a long time. This property that we're moving on is 200 years old. It's 202 years old. And there's a house on it, which was one of the first houses in this. It was the first house in this area, and it's still beautiful, and they kept it up, and it's going to be great. We may have to get in there and investigate. I haven't heard anything about any activity there, but it's 202 years old. It's got to be something there. Like we say at CAPI, if that place is not haunted, there's some dumb ghosts around here because they're missing out. So we might bring you guys a live investigation from that. So you guys better hit that Patreon. Like we said last week, we did have a live investigation for our Patreons. It turned out wonderful. They had a great time. It was so exciting and so much fun. We love doing it. We're going to do so many more of those. And we do have the CAPI Pub coming up. And you get merch, and you get to choose topics for shows. And our one of our patrons has already chose a topic. I haven't planned it yet. We're going to do it probably either next week or week after next. We're going to do that show that our Patreon suggested. Because if you're a Patreon, you get to choose topics for the show. So you better get on there and hit that Patreon button. It's down there. And I think John just put a link to the Patreon as well. Yep, he did. And because he always does, I didn't see it, but I knew if I say Patreon, he's going to pop it up there. Just like earlier, whenever I mentioned the website, he popped it up there because he's like a little radar from MASH. He does everything before I even say it. He is an awesome team manager. So he always keeps me up on that. Yep, just like radar. But you guys hit that link, go check it out, and do that, and become a Patreon. Do the VIP so you can watch the upcoming show, our new show that's coming up very, very soon, called CAPI Pub. It's going to be so much fun. You guys do not want to miss that. And it's only $25 a month. What? You get free content. You get early access. You get to choose topics. You get to go on investigations with us. What? Why would you not do it? So yeah, you guys, that's because John is awesome. Yes, he is. John is way, way, way above awesome. I don't know what we would do without John. And John has some life-changing stuff coming up, and I'm not going to go into that because it's not my place. But nothing bad. It's all good. But he was contemplating the change, and he called me and he said, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what I might do. This is what I'm thinking about doing. This is what we may have to do as a family. Blah blah blah. All this stuff." And he said the only thing is, and you could see it, you could hear it in his voice. He was saying it like he was, I don't know, like coming up with an excuse or something. Like when y'all know that how like an employee or child or something like that does. I'm not calling John childish because he's not childish, but I'm saying how they'll build it up. Hey Katie, you haven't missed anything. We've just been chatting, but just talking about the new land and Beth and John and pray for everybody. That covers it. But we'll get to it, Johnny. I will, Katie. But he said, well, that's going to limit what I can do with CAPI though. And you could tell he was waiting for something, and I told him, I said, John, CAPI's not even part of the equation as far as your life plans go. CAPI's always going to be here, and you're always going to be a part of CAPI no matter what. So, because see, a lot of people don't know this, but we had a camping trip, one of our CAPI camping trips that you guys, if you haven't been on one yet, dear Lord, you need to come because it is so much fun. But we had one, and not long after John became the team manager, I waited for him to go to sleep, and I pricked his finger. A lot of people don't know this, but I pricked his finger with a pen, and I signed his name on a blood contract. And so now John is contracted to CAPI for life, plus 10. Nobody else has a manager with a contract like that, only CAPI. He is bound to us for life plus 10. So even after John dies in 100 years, he has to spend 10 years as a spirit working for CAPI. What? So yeah, he's going to be there for a while. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Tom. On time no see, buddy. Yeah, Dad is still in the damn hospital. Oh man, I'm sorry, Katie. Yeah, her dad. Y'all continue. We've already put Katie and her family and her father on our prayer list. Y'all continue to pray for Katie's father and their whole family. So let's see. It's becoming routine these days, but since he decided he wasn't going back on dialysis, hospital stays continue. Yeah, I don't blame him for that, but yeah, it is something he's got to expect by not doing the dialysis. I don't blame him. I wouldn't do it either. But hello, Sophia. Good night. Big word, macho. I'll just say the end part. What's wrong with the dialysis? It's not fun. It's not fun at all. I promise you. All right. Let's talk about upcoming events. We have the class. We haven't put a date on another class yet. We had one for last Saturday. Yeah, like yesterday, but no one signed up for it. Everybody said they wanted to do it, but nobody signed up for it. So if you're still wanting to do the class, but you just couldn't do it yesterday or whatever, let John know. John, throw your email up there if you would. Let John know, and he will get you set up for that. If you want to do anything in the paranormal, believe me, you want to take this class. I promise you, you want to take this class because it is very informative. It is an awesome class. I'm patting myself on the back on this one because I did a wonderful job with it. And our team does a great job with helping out with the class. So if you want to take the paranormal class and know everything there is to know about doing haunting investigations, you definitely want to take this class. The price now is $50. Thank you, John. And Beth, I'm going to ask you in just a second when I start talking about book clubs and stuff like that. So you might as well go ahead and pop yours up there too. But the class is very informative. You'll learn a lot. You'll be able to, after the class, after the class in the hands-on, you get a certificate for it, and then you'll be able to go and do an investigation. You can start your own team, or you can possibly join CAPI because we're still looking for 2 people. Dun, dun, dun. Still looking. 2 people in Central Alabama. So if you guys are interested, just get up with John. He has put his email up there. And seeing how Beth has also put her email up there as well, like I asked her to, you guys get with her on the book club. What book, you might ask? What is this book club you speak of? The book club is, we're doing The Demonologist by Gerald Brittle. You can get it by going to our website and clicking on books, and then it'll show you a dozen or so books that we've recommended. They're all paranormal based. Go and look at The Demonologist by Gerald Brittle. Just click on it. It'll take you to where you can either purchase it or you can even go to Audible and get it too if you don't want to spend a bunch of money. You can just go to Audible. Also, speaking of Audible, by the way, we haven't set another date for the book club. We will be doing that very, very soon. I'm going to get with Beth, and we're going to actually let you guys decide once we see who all wants to do the book club. We're going to let you guys decide a date, I think is what Beth said, so that there won't be any question on whether or not, people make it or not. But it's Haley, I said many a days with my dad on dialysis. I see what it does to their body. 100% support his decision not to go back on it. Plus, at this point, it's only life sustaining. Yeah. Okay. John has actually popped up the link to the book club or to the books, what you need to go to do the book club. If you want to do the book club, go to that link. Get The Demonologist by Gerald Brittle. It's the extraordinary life of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Just click on that, go there, get your books, get the book, and then let Beth know. She put her email up. Go to her email and let her know you want to do the book club, and she'll give you all the info. Let's see, it's not going to make his kidneys start working again, nor will it take away his bone marrow cancer or congestive heart failure. It's all a very personal choice. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And like I said, I don't blame him. I've seen what dialysis do to people too. Whenever I worked many years on the ambulance, and I definitely would not do dialysis. I would just choose not to. So let's get together, guys, and let me know when you would like to do the book club meeting. Just message me. Yeah, that's what I was saying. See, I don't even have to talk. My team is so awesome. I could just say, okay, y'all just sit here and I'll whistle and just read the post on here, the chat, because you'll get everything out of it. Very interesting read. It really is. It really is. Oh, Haley, I'm sorry. Go to Audible and do it, Haley. You get it free for 30 days. Speaking of that, what we also have a link. Did you drop that link? Yeah, that link that John just dropped that says Amazon.com Audible. If you guys will get that link and go to Audible, sign up. It's free for 30 days. You get a 30-day trial. We'll get a little bonus if you do that with that link. If you sign up to Audible, don't go to audible.com and sign up. Go to that link and sign up. That way we get a little bonus. And then when we get our bonus, you also get the books, whatever you want to read, for free. All right. So it's free for 30 days. So you don't have to pay for Audible. I think there is a charge for the book, but it's not much. So yeah, if you guys want to, if you can't afford to just go out and buy the book, go to Audible and get it. And then that way, I don't know how that works. John, is there a charge for the book after you sign up for Audible? Oh, a free book. Thank you. Dadgummit. I'm telling y'all, I don't even have to talk. Good night, Sophia. Free Audible trial and free book. So see, you can do the book club, Haley. You just go to Audible, do the 30-day trial, and then get the free book, which is get the Demonologist. That way you can, read it, and then, or you'll listen to it on Audible, and then you can do the book club. Then, if you guys keyword trial still got to pay afterwards. No, you don't, Haley. If you decide, hey, I can't pay for it at the end of the 30 days, you cancel it. You don't have to pay anything. But if somebody, not Haley, but if someone else does do that free 30-day trial and free book, and then after those 30 days, you decide you do want to keep Audible, please do keep it, and because there's millions of books on there. I love the selections they have. And then if you keep it after that 30 days, we get another little bonus from them. So that helps us out as well. But yeah, if you want to do the book club, Haley, you can just go on and do the 30-day trial and then get the free book, get the Demonologist, and then you can participate in the book club. And then at the end of the 30 days, you just cancel the Audible if you can't pay for it. He's put up one hell of a fight, I know that much. I don't consider it giving up at all. He's never given up on anything in his 75 years. Not doing dialysis or chemo or anything like that is certainly not giving up. It's choosing to be free. That's what that is. Yeah, so yeah, I hope no one ever thinks that. That's definitely not giving up. $14.99 per month after the trial, right? But if you don't want to do that, then you just cancel the subscription. That's all you do. And you get credit each month for books. Yep. So see, there's no reason not to do the book club unless you just hate books. That would be the only reason not to do the book club. If you just are a hater of books, don't do the book club. But yeah, you guys go check that out. Check Audible out. And even if you don't want to check Audible out, go do it anyway and just don't do it. And then in 30 days, cancel it. We still get the bonus. But that's not what we want you to do. We want you to go and check it out, fall in love with it like I did, and just keep it. That's what we want you to do because it is amazing. Audible rocks big time. Audible should be one of our sponsors, John. So we will promote the crap out of it. Because I, for one, love Audible. I think it's awesome. I've been on Audible for 10 years. It is amazing. Yes, it is. Make a note in your calendar to remember to cancel. That's right. Because they won't send you like a little, hey, if you're going to keep this, keep it. But if not, your 30 days is up tomorrow. They won't do that. I don't hate books. I'm just very, very picky about books. Shouldn't be picky about books. That's the one thing you shouldn't be picky about. In my opinion, you can be picky if you want to be, but I'm saying I think you shouldn't be picky about books because I've read a lot of books. This book we're reading now, The Demonologist, I've read it, oh my gosh, 10, 15 times now. A lot. I love it. But the first chapter in that book to me just wasn't that great. It really wasn't. It was kind of boring. And I've had two other people tell me the same thing too. But then I got to the second chapter and I was hooked. So the reason I say don't be picky about books is because you can pick a book up and look at the cover, read the name, the author, or the name of the book, and something and say, man, that'd be a crappy book. And then let's see, what's one of the, oh man, one of my favorite books ever. I can't remember the author's name, but the name of it is Where the Red Fern Grows. I looked at that book. I was actually assigned to that book in high school to read it. And I looked at it and I said, this is going to be a crappy book. I don't like this. Man, within page 2 of that book, I was hooked. And I read it a bunch of times. I loved that book. You guys, I wish I could remember the author's name. Look that up for me if you would, John. Please tell me who wrote Where the Red Fern Grows. It is an amazing book. I think they even did a movie on it too, but the book is 1,000 times better. But that's just an example. Haley, I have read the crap you write. You're not that picky. I am. I just can't find a lot of good ones. Yeah, chapters do change your opinion. I read the first 2 chapters of one, but then chapter 2 sucked. Yeah. I was hooked from the beginning. Yeah, a lot of people have said that this book, the Demonologist, they got hooked right after started reading it. But to me, the first chapter just went in. It didn't make me want to put it down. It wasn't horrible. It just, to me, I think if I would have just read the first chapter and nothing else, I would have liked it. But once I got into 2, 3, and 4, I'm like, yeah, these are so much better. So it's actually a good thing because the book just keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. It is an awesome, awesome book. It really is. I've looked into some more of his work, Gerald Brittle, excuse me. And yeah, I'm super excited about some of his stuff. Never judge a book by the cover. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Literally, not using that as a as a saying, but yeah, definitely. I don't get picky about book titles or authors, just the content of what I read. Exactly. Wilson Rawls. Thank you, John. That's right. Thank you. I can't believe I was one of my favorite authors. My memory, y'all, it sucks. I've read the book Where the Red Fern Grows. Made me cry. Oh, I know. Parts of it made me cry too. I knew what you meant. In any book, you need to make it through the first 5 chapters before you giving up on it. I agree. I agree. You should give it at least 5 chapters. I've always been told 10, to always go 10 chapters in, and if you can't stand it any longer, to stop. But yeah, I agree with that. First chapter, the Amityville, what's not to like. Exactly. It wasn't the content of, like I said, it wasn't so bad that I put the book down. You know, the first chapter. What I'm just saying, once you get to second, third, and fourth chapter, they're so much better. It just kind of makes the first chapter look bad. That's what I'm saying. It's not. I'm not saying the chapter was horrible, because it was. You know, it wasn't so horrible that I stopped reading it. Because even though we were doing a book club on it, I just wouldn't have participated in that book club if I didn't like the book. Because I mean, I can't read a book. I won't get anything out of it. I won't be able to retain any of the information or anything if I don't like it, because it's just like a forlorn reading, you know. And it's just bleh. Where the red fern grows didn't make me cry or all that sad. Maybe I'm just heartless. The boy in the striped pajamas almost did, though. Yeah, I didn't. I watched that movie, but I didn't read the book. We have 210 books on Audible. How awesome is that? Johnny the Ghoster locking doors. That's something I forgot to talk about. Oh my gosh, what's that? Wasn't a bad word or anything, but here's. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but YouTube has changed a lot. Their content, they were actually being looked at by, you know, some pretty important people about some of the stuff that's going on YouTube and some of the stuff they show. And so they've had to buckle down on their content. And unlock it. Okay, we'll talk about that, absolutely. But I just want to let you guys know, the only way you guys can chat with me and the only way that we can monetize our videos is to make them kid friendly. All right? We have to make them kid friendly. So I'm not fussing at you. Who was that? Was that Deborah? Deborah, you said Johnny the blank ghoster. I can't even say the words anymore. I do kind of get offbeat on my vocabulary sometimes. I get a little colorful language sometimes, and especially whenever I'm getting on something and I get passionate about it or mad about it, I do throw a word out there sometimes, and I do apologize when I do that. But now YouTube is really cracking down on that. So even on the text, I don't think they'll say anything about that word. That word just reminded me of it, Deborah. So I'm not fussing at you, okay? That just reminded me, hey, I need to say something about that. But if you guys would, no big cuss words. I don't think they'll say anything about DAMN. I really don't. But the big ones, so let's don't do that. I got to bite my lip and not say the words that I have said before, because we have to do kid friendly. If I don't do kid friendly, you guys can't chat. That's what happened tonight, by the way, because I forgot. And I'd already had it set for, you know, no, it's not kid friendly. I had it set, and it's always been that way for this channel. So I didn't have to go in there and change it every time. And whenever we came on, because of the new rules and everything, I can't have it. And I forgot to change it last couple of times. It's only been enacted since January 15th, I think. Don't hold me to that. I'll have to go back and look at the SOP on it. But yeah, so long story short, we have to keep it clean and because I want kids to be able to enjoy the show. And plus, we are looking to build the show and monetize it and everything, and we can't do that if it's not kid friendly. So if I click the box that says adult only, then y'all can't chat with me anymore. Okay, so let me get caught up to y'all's comments. But yeah, Deborah, I hope you don't think that I wasn't fussing at you for saying that. I wasn't, definitely not, because I don't think they would even say anything about that. That just reminded me of that. I was supposed to tell you guys that we have to kind of watch it from now on. I felt the same way about 1984. Now 40 years later, I feel the same. Yeah, gamers are getting sued for content for kids since some of it isn't kid. Yeah, so I mean, we have to be really, 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 really careful, because people are getting sued. People are getting pushed off of YouTube. You know, it's crazy. She said sorry, just trying to unlock the bathroom door. Bless her heart. Yeah, don't be sorry because I wasn't fussing at you. That just reminded me of it. That's all that was. So let's see, where are we at with that? You said Johnny the Ghost are locking doors and unlocking. Y'all, for the you guys that don't know, Deborah and Haley. Haley is the love the music. Glenn, they're the father. Sophia, they're the Miller family. Because I won't remember everybody's name or I'll mess their names up because I'm horrible with names. But they're the Miller family and they live in a very active house. And now they're starting to lock them out and lock their doors, lock them in the bathroom. You can't come out of the bathroom until I say. No one's in there. She says she heard someone. That's crazy. Hey, Cassandra. Cassandra is the winner. By the way, she popped on and that reminded me. Cassandra is the winner and the only contestant. That's why she won because she was only she didn't win because she's the only contestant. She won. I don't think anybody could have beat her anyway. But she is the winner, and I think I said this last week. But she is the winner of the what was it? What'd she win? What contest, John? Oh, the CAPI Appreciation Month, where you send in your merch pictures, where you got the merch and then you send in pictures to our Facebook and CAPI Appreciation Month. Yep, thank you, Cassandra. You sent in. We had a contest last month, and thank you, John. Yes, CAPI Appreciation Month. We had a contest last month where you and I told everybody, so y'all can't say nothing. Where you just go get your merch, use the merch, take pictures of the merch. The person with the funniest, the person with the most original, and the person with the most merch, the most items of merch. All three won a prize. Well, Cassandra's the only person that entered the contest. She damn it, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, but anyway, so Cassandra wins all three prizes, all three what do you call it? All three categories is the word I'm groping for. She wins all three categories and the contest. So, Cassandra, we actually are looking into what we're going to do with that right now. I don't know yet. I don't know if it's going to be merch or if it's going to be what, but you have won, so you will be getting something very soon. So I'll have to talk with the team and see what we want to do on that. I loved that contest. I thought it was really fun. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. It's not going to be called CAPI Appreciation Month because that's every January. January is CAPI Appreciation Month here on CAPI Live. But we are going to do that contest again. So once when we do it again, we'll probably just call it merch, the merch contest. So you guys get your merch if you want to get in on that contest. It's going to be a really cool prize. Y'all know how I do my contest. Whenever I do it, the first time you win a prize, but anytime after that, you win a better prize. And it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up. All right. I'm cool with anything. I know you are, Cassandra, but it'll be cool. I'll figure out something. Yeah, that mouse pad mom got. She gave it to me, kept messing with my mouse, so I can't use it. Your mouse doesn't get along with your mouse pad. I'm sorry. Hi, Lynette. Sodan. 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 Lynette. Sodan. Is it Sodan or Sodan? Is it one or two? I'll just say Lynette. What up, Lynette? Big Lynette. I don't know if she's big. She might not be big. She might be small. I don't know. I like her anyway. All right. Do we have any questions about any of the stuff we've talked about? We have live investigations coming up. John and I talked about one earlier. We have live investigations coming up. So you guys, you want to be part of the Patreon. I promise you. Support the channel. Get in there, get it. You want to be a part of that. I promise you, you do. You're going to miss out on so much. If you're not a Patreon, you're going to have to just look at me every week, and that's it. And then there's going to be other people that don't have to look just at me. They're going to look at CAPI Pub. They're going to look at live investigations. And I might not even be on a live investigation. That might be somebody else on the live investigation. It might be John and Corey, or Beth and John, or Tom and John, or Tom and Beth. I don't know. The point is, y'all need to do it. All right. If all you want to do is see this all the time, and if that's the case, something is seriously, seriously, seriously wrong with you. All right. But if you want to see this and a whole bunch more, then you definitely want to do this. One of the things that Katie liked, and she'll tell you guys too, she said this. Katie, tell them. One of the things that she liked, thank you, Beth. One of the things that she liked so much about the live investigation, being a Patreon, she got to go on a live investigation, was the fact that she got to put faces with the names. She now knows. She knows. She knows. Knows. She's knows. I'll be right back. Now knows. She now knows. Yeah. She now knows. Thank you. Is that how you say it? Yeah. What? Okay. Cool. That was Libby. She's helping me out. She now knows that what John looks like, what Beth looks like, what Tom looks like, what Johnny looks like. She knows what the team looks like. She said that was really cool that she got to actually put the name, or the names with the faces, or the faces with the names. I've never seen someone struggle with names that much. I do struggle with names quite a bit. Let me catch up here. I'm still not fighting with my mom and dad. Good, Lynette. That would be bad. Ghost pop-up face is smelling things again. Soden. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to call you Lynette. I don't know. I've never seen someone struggle with names that much. If you, Lynette, upstairs this time. CAPI Camp, May 15, 16, and 17. Y'all, let's talk about CAPI Camp for a minute. You like nice space. You like nice space. I do like nice spaces, yes. You have nice space. Oh, well, thank you, Lynette. That's what you were trying to say. You're so sweet. I had to pause you for a minute, so I'm catching up. Beth was definitely the best looking. I agree. I have to agree. I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. I always disagree with Katie because it's fun. But tonight, I can't disagree with her. Not tonight. I probably will later in the show. But right now, the statement that she just made, that Beth was the best looking that she saw that night, I have to agree with her there. Beth is freaking beautiful. Freaking beautiful. And then all of us, all the rest of us are just guys that, well, Tom's kind of cute. Tom is cute. John's kind of he's got that cuddly type face. You know, you want to cuddle up next to John. Corey's cute. Corey's handsome. Johnny, let's see, let me catch up with y'all's comments here. We ain't going to talk about Johnny. Johnny looks bad when you look to your dog. Educate just sentences paranormal. That's right. Katie is my new BFF. She wasn't kidding. I have to agree with her. Y'all, let's talk CAPI Camp. It is going to be May 15th, 16th, and 17th. The 15th, 16th, and 17th of May. CAPI Dub. Get him Go to the site. You go to the site, click on merch, go to this cup, click on the cup, order the cup. I send you the cup, you fill it up, and then you suck. Get your CAPI merch. T-shirts, anything you want, just anything. Anything you can think of, I will make it happen. I don't care what it is. I'll make it happen. I don't care. You cannot stump me on merch. Anything you want. Y'all try it right now. Try to stump me on something, and if you tell me if you make me say I cannot get you that, you're not going to make me say it because I can get you anything you want. Ain't nothing I can't get you. Let's see. All right, May 15th, 16th, and 17th is CAPI Camp. It is going to be back out at Kamolga. I'm going to do it there again because we have so much to do. Actually, right now it may be camp. I'm looking at another place that has paranormal activity at it as well. That's kind of famous for that. We're also looking at a place in Central Alabama to do the CAPI camp at as well. So I don't know. We'll figure that out between now and May, the 1st of May. But anyway, CAPI camp trips are freaking amazing. All right. There's no charge. We don't charge you. You just get your camping equipment and come camp with us. Now the campsites, sometimes the parks that we go to, there's a small charge for your camping, to put up a tent there. But there's no charge. You don't pay CAPI anything to do that. All we do is we ask you to help out with food. Everybody, and that's like a potluck kind of thing. Everybody brings something. Somebody brings drinks, somebody brings bread, somebody brings meat, somebody brings charcoal, somebody brings charcoal lighter, somebody brings whatever. You've got burners, somebody will bring those. And we just kind of potluck together, basically. We just all get together and we fix food, and it's always freaking amazing. Especially since we got Beth. Beth is, oh my God. Y'all, if you've never had Beth can cook. That's one Southern belle that knows how to cook. I ain't kidding you. She's got an A plus in cooking. All right, so I can grill too. I can grill really well. So y'all bring it. Y'all do not want to miss CAPI camps. We have so much freaking fun. It's so informative because we do a class. We do the full class at CAPI camp. We do hands-on training at CAPI camp. We do your certificates at CAPI camp. We do investigations at CAPI camp. And this next one, if I think we're going to do it where I think we're going to do it, I don't want to say where at yet because I haven't told the team yet, all of the team yet. I've told some of the team, but not all the team. And if we do it there, I want to make sure we can do it first before we do it. I know we can do it, but I just want to make sure it is logistically possible. But it's amazing. It has a lot of history. We have a lot of places. We have a lot of different places there that we can investigate, a lot of different buildings. There's a lot of activity there. There's legends there. It's crazy. It is a great, great place. I'll give you guys a hint. If y'all ever, I've said it before on here. I've actually said this site on here before because it's where I used to go to summer camp when I was a little kid. When I was little, I think from the time I was 8 to the time I was well into my teens, I used to go to summer camp at this place. So you guys, it's an amazing place to go. It really is. It's a lot of fun. There's fishing, there's hiking, there's horseback riding, there's all kinds of stuff. But we're going to have a blast, I promise you. You do not want to miss the next CAPI camp, May 15th, 16th, and 17th. All right, it's either going to be at Kaimolga or this new place. All right, so if anybody has a good memory and you've heard me talk about where I used to camp before, because I have said it before, I've talked about it on here. I know I have. So y'all don't try to go back on all the other shows and try to figure it out because I don't even think it was on I think it was on the Facebook. It's either Facebook or YouTube. Well, it definitely was either Facebook or YouTube. That's the only places we ever done live. But it was one of those. I don't remember which one, but it was one of those that I talked about it before. So you guys definitely want to do CAPI Camp. It is so much fun. We camp, we pitch our tents. We have people that want to bring trailers. We have people that want to stay in hotels. That's fine, whatever you want to do. But what we do is we pitch our tents, and we rough it for all weekend. And we do investigations. We do the full CAPI paranormal class. The entire class is done in on the CAPI camps. And then we do the hands-on training with you where you actually get to use the equipment and know how to use it, get familiar with it, understand all the aspects of it and everything of it and what your readings mean and what they don't mean. And then we actually investigate. And when we investigate on our CAPI camps, we investigate places with activity. So it's not like a mock investigations like we do sometimes when we have students that we don't have anywhere to go that that is active. But this is going to be an active place, and there is history of paranormal activity there. So, oh my gosh, we're going to have so much fun. I can't wait for this next CAPI camp. It's going to be so much fun. May 15th, 16th, and 17th. Put it on your calendars. Try your best to go. Remember, we do not charge you a dime for CAPI camp. Okay, you just help out with the food and then whatever your camp fees are. And these camp fees, if you're going to tent camp, they're never that much money. Y'all know that. Anybody that camps knows camp fees are usually not that much money. So and plus we'll buy one lot and then put several tents on it. That's what we usually do. So it's usually really, really cheap, right? But yeah, you guys definitely want to check out the CAPI camp. All right, let me catch up with you guys here, and then we'll go on to the next. Oh, good night, Haley, if you hadn't already gone yet. I'm sorry, I didn't see you was going to bed. I'm okay with that, Beth. We are sure BFFs. Us girls need to stick together. That's right. Fantastic commercial. Cappy laptop. What about the Cappy laptop, John? I want a 2020 Black Infinity QX30 with Cappy wrapped around the entire car. Can you make that happen, Johnny? Yes, I can. I absolutely can, without a doubt. Do you really, if that's what you want, tell me and I will make it happen. Absolutely. I'm telling you, you can't stop me. If you want a 2020 Black Infinity QX80 with, hey, you know what? The casino that's right down, my finger keeps getting in there, I'm sorry. The casino that's right down from us, the next town, that's what they're giving away. They give away something new every few months, and that's what they're giving away right now is a pair of 2020 black, and I don't know if they're black. It just says 2020 Infinity QX80 is what they're giving away. But yeah, if you want a 2020 Black Infinity QX80 with Cappy wrapped around the entire car, I can make that happen. Absolutely. I most certainly can. You didn't stump me. Sorry. Good try, but you didn't stump me. I can definitely make that happen. Tell me you want that, and then I will tell you the price, and then you send me the money, and I will definitely make that happen. Absolutely. With only Beth's picture on the side of the car. Absolutely. We can do that. Pool resources. Yeah. Good night, Deborah. What's the typical price? Typical, I think is what she was saying. Price for the camp. I think last time the way we did it, it winded up costing We can do it to where it'll wind up, you camping can actually end up costing you about $5 or $10. We can do that because what we do is we get one lot, and that lot is X amount of dollars, and then everybody that's on that lot pays for the lot itself. See what I'm saying? Like last time we rented an RV a slot where an RV would back in, you know, a Class A would pull in and hook up. We rented that, and then we put like 3 or 4 tents on that, so it winded up costing everybody like $5 or $10, and then whatever your food is going to cost, you know, because everybody helps out with food, and we never have a shortage of food. I promise you, there's always plenty of food. I promise you there. Like lodging and food and such. Yeah, it's not that much. It varies from location to location, yeah, but it's usually $5 to $10 is the most you're going to pay for a site. Now, if you want to stay in if you're not if you're not a camper and you're not into that, and you want to stay in a hotel, then that's just going to be whatever the hotel charges you. I don't know, you know, I can't quote that because it just depends on where it's at and what the hotel it is. We all more or less stayed on one site. Yeah, we did. We more or less just stayed on one site. Do you have? Do you usually have a donation or like a pitch in for the cookout, or like certain activities? There's a ghost. It's not a ghost. It's a Dakota. Hello. You want to show them your cup? She got this for Valentine's. There was a unicorn stuffed in it. Y'all, she's back tonight. She just got back a little not long ago. She's been gone since Thursday at her brother's house in North Alabama, and that was the longest I've ever been away from her, and it about drove me crazy. I spent a lot of time crying. I really did.
I want to show you my big.
You gonna get your big one? Okay. She had us a Valentine's surprise when she got back. All right, let me answer this. Do you all usually have a donation or like a pitch in for the cookout or like certain activities? Because if I could come by some miracle, I just want to be prepared. We don't really have a donation per se. We just while we're hold on, baby. While we're planning it and getting everybody to who's, you know, when we say, because you have to RSVP for the camp trips. And then once we get a total number of people that are coming, what we'll do is we that way we know how much food we're going to need, and then we usually don't say, okay, just come in and you donate $20 to the food pot. We don't do that. We just say bring what you want to eat, and then, you know, like if you want to eat hot dogs, bring enough for, you know, X amount of people. If you want to eat, you know, if you want to cook out and do hamburgers or ribs or something like that, we say, okay, you bring X amount of snacks for that, you know, chips for that, or you bring X amount of soda or juice for that, and then this other person's going to bring knives and forks, you know, paper plates and the plastic knives, forks, and spoons. This person's going to bring condiments. This person's going to bring soft drinks, and you know, we do it like that. That way, it doesn't cost anybody a whole bunch of money. And then, like I said, we've never done a camp out and been short on food. Well, matter of fact, we've always had food left over. I know, Katie. That's what I'm saying. That is doable. I will do that. I will get you a black Infinity QX80 with a CAPI wrap and Beth space on the side. Whatever you want. Yes, we will do that. You just tell me go. I'll send you the price. You send me the money, and I make it happen. We used to do like a sign-up sheet, right? And then it tells everybody what they're going to bring. You just got to give him a few months to remember it, Katie. That's right. Yeah, I know my memory. I won't forget that one. That definitely will not happen. I will definitely not forget a car. I'm going to have fun with my brother-in-law and sister because I'm going to Illinois to go to the Lincoln burial site. Oh, cool. Lynette, have fun. I think we should find a place in the San Antonio area to camp at while y'all are down here. I actually just had a great idea. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, can the unicorn?
Oh, everybody's saying hi, Dakota.
Hi, you want to see my big unicorn?
Did the unicorn taste good?
The what?
John said, did the unicorn taste good? I don't think she ate it. It's a stuffed animal. I've heard that stuffed unicorn is really good. There's the stuffed big giant unicorn that's kissing me on the cheek right now.
Her name is Rainbow. It's
Rainbow.
big.
Hey, Rainbow, it is big. It's huge. It's huge. It's the biggest rainbow unicorn you've ever seen. It's huge. No one's ever had one like this. It's huge. Johnny the S in Illinois is silent. Okay, Katie. Thank you. Poor Katie. Hello. My name is Rainbow. I'm a unicorn. I belong to Dakota. She is a lot of fun. Yay. It's scratching my head for me. Thank you. It itched on the other, like, and towards the back there. Yeah, right there, right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. Good. Oh. I'm frightened. What's up? What's up? He gets a little excited. Okay, baby. Thank you. Whoa. It's a dangerous unicorn. But yeah, Cappy Camps, you guys will not regret going on that. I promise you, it is so much fun. I've never went to a Cappy Camp. We had a lot of fun when we had to swim. We had to sleep in the water.
Sleep in the water.
It flooded. It was so much rain, and it was so hot. And we've gone when it's so cold, hot, cold, wet. But we still made it so much fun. I would still not say I'm never doing that again. My daughter loves unicorns right now. Mine does too, Cassandra. Excuse me.
I wish I can see a real unicorn, but they're not real.
No, not real. I say the S too. Normal people do, Cassandra. Oh no, Cassandra, please don't. I actually like you. Don't make me change my mind. Well, that's not very nice, Katie. You would change your mind about liking Cassandra just because she says Illinois? That doesn't say very much about you. She is adorable, Johnny. Harmony, my daughter, said hey. Hello, Harmony. Say hey, Harmony.
Hi.
Say hey, Harmony.
Hey, Harmony.
Just like Des Moines, the two S's are silent. We know, Katie. Thank you. Go take your medicine. She needs to be medicated.
Shut up.
She was talking to the dog, y'all. Allison says hello.
Hi.
Say hi, Allie.
Hi, Addie.
And Katie says, hey, baby girl, I hope you had a great weekend with your big brother.
Yeah.
Did you have a good weekend?
Yes.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
You did, really?
Mhm.
Come on. Not with brother. How would you have good fun with your big brother? What did y'all do that was so much fun?
Well, he showed me a surprise where we go and golf.
Putt-putt golf?
And
What?
it's light in the dark.
It was one of those light-up putt-putt golfs, like neon. I love those. Those are so much fun.
And we went and go and get some McDonald's, and then we played Minecraft together, and then we went to sleep, and then you know,
And where did you sleep?
by myself.
By yourself. Y'all, that's a big thing for her. That's a big milestone. She's never done that. She slept all by herself. I'm very proud of her. Very proud. I've already taken my meds. I have to about 45 minutes before I can even watch you. You should take more. What did John say? I didn't see it. Allison just pooted. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See? Kid friendly. Show Dakota the two pictures I just sent you. Too adorable. Okay, I will, Katie. I can't right now, but I will. And Miss Beth says congratulations.
Why don't I this what?
Because you slept by yourself
Thank
all weekend.
you.
All right. Have I covered everything, Beth and John? We're 1 hour into the show, so have I done a good job? Yes, no, maybe. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we get on with the show?
So, someone said food.
Where are you sleeping tonight?
Hmm?
Where are you sleeping tonight?
In my room.
Are you really? That is so cool. Why don't you go open the dryer and see if those bedclothes are dry? And let me know. If they are, take them in and put them on your bed. Yeah, this is awesome. That's a big thing for her. She's always been super scared. So that's a big, big milestone for her. I'm so proud of her. All right, let's see. Yes, good, Johnny. Okay, good. I was hoping we got to be busy. Sounds like lots of investigations coming up. We're going to be busy. Sounds like lots of. Yes, we have lots of investigations coming up. They are dry? Everything? Did you check everything? You have to make sure everything is dry. Is it warm?
Yeah.
All right, go put everything on your bed, okay? Don't forget the pillowcase and the sheet, too. Uh-oh, you dropped the pillowcase. I'll throw it on top. There you go. Be careful. You can't see in front of you. Yes, we have a lot of investigations coming up. We've been contacted by a lot of people just in the last few days. So we have a lot of investigations coming up. We have some historical sites coming up. One of those historical sites, I'm not going to tell you where it's at now. Not yet. You have a choice on that one. You can either hear us talk about it on CAPI Live, this show, or you can actually join us while we're there. And the coolest thing about this place is we're going to be there for a weekend, the whole weekend. We're going to go in Friday evening and not leave until sometime Sunday. So what?
I forgot what else we went to.
Oh,
We and Bobby.
where else?
And Coco. So we went to the pet store.
A pet store?
Yeah, where our pets. So we went to the cats, but there was only one cat. He was so sweet. So we went and put.
Come down here.
Well, we went.
Come over here.
We went and put.
She went to the pet store this weekend.
We went and put our hand against the glass, and his head was going up to against against the glass. He wanted to get petted.
Who, the kitten?
No, the cat.
Oh, it was a cat. It wasn't a kitten. It was a big cat. Okay. It was a big cat.
It was putting his head against the glass
Putting his head against the
and
glass.
rubbing it, trying to get pet. And then the thing, he said, you want to carry him and pet him. He's very sweet and weak. He tried to get over him, but nope.
You saw a chance to escape, huh?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
He was the only one in there.
What other animals did you see at the pet store?
Birds.
Birds. I bet you were pretty, huh?
Guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs. Oh, my goodness.
Rats.
Ow.
But they're not poisonous.
Not poisonous? No rats are poisonous.
Some, the wild ones are.
No, they're not poisonous, baby.
They
No, baby, they're really not.
make sick.
Rats are not poisonous.
They make sick.
They make you sick. Yeah, they do carry diseases, but they're not poisonous.
And,
What else did we see?
well, we saw some, there's little, there's rats, but they're not really rats. They don't have the tail.
Mm-hmm.
The rats, what are those called?
Guinea pigs,
No.
gerbils, hamsters.
Yeah, those.
Okay, cool.
And
Did you see any of Daddy's favorites?
snakes,
Yep. This kid knows me.
spiders,
Did you see snakes and spiders?
and fish.
And fish. Is it okay if Daddy gets another snake? Since how Ghost passed away? Can I get another one? A big one? You're not so sure anymore?
Mm.
You're too cute.
And we saw turtles.
Turtles. Awesome. I like turtles. I like turtles.
And I think we saw some.
We have a turtle. What's his name?
Leo.
Leo. Yep. Leo's our
I
turtle.
think that's all we saw.
I don't see Leo right now. Oh, he's sunning. He's up by the lamp.
Yeah.
All right, let's catch up with these, and then you need to be getting into bed. All right, let's see. The website. Yep, the link to the Patreon is on the website. Let's see. Yeah, we have a lot of investigations coming up, and this one of them that we're going to do at a horse's site. It's not a horse's site; it's a historical site. We're going to do. I said horses. I got horses on the brain, but it's a historical site, and we're going to be there all weekend. And you guys are going to get to join us if you're a Patreon. So you can either listen to us talk about it briefly on here, or you can spend the weekend with us if you're a Patreon. All right. And we even have some coming up that you can actually come with us on, not via satellite or Patreon cam, but you can actually be there physically with us if you're a Patreon as well. So we have some of those coming up for you too. What about what I mentioned about watching haunted hospitals on Travel Channel and then analyzing the show during CAPI Love? It's called CAPI Live. Yeah, that was what you suggested as a Patreon. That's what she suggested is that we watch. I wasn't going to tell them that until we planned it, but yeah, we can definitely tell them now, I guess, because we just did. And or one of the other shows I mentioned. Yeah, we can do that. That's what Katie is. If you guys don't know, Katie is one of our Patreons. It should say that on there. I don't know why it doesn't, but she is one of our Patreons. And she suggested that we watch one of the haunted hospitals or another show on TV. Y'all know how I feel about that crap. So you know what my analysis is going to be. But it's all fake. But it is kind of a fun idea. I think I agreed with her. I think it would be kind of fun to watch one of the shows. Kind of like we're doing with the books, where we do the book club, where we read the book and enjoy it and then analyze it. And I think that's a great idea, a great Patreon show topic. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to watch a show. I don't know if it's going to be Haunted Hospital or we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll let Katie figure that out because it's her suggestion. But she's going to figure out what we're going to watch, and then everybody watch it, and then at the next CAPI Live, we'll talk about it. That won't be just a Patreon thing because what she's doing there is if you're one of the Patreons, if you're a CAPI Live Patreon, you get to choose show topics. All right. And that's what I said whenever we first set it up is that you get to choose show topics. I didn't say you had to choose paranormal. She did choose paranormal, but because I didn't say that, then you guys can just choose whatever you want to choose. But I think that is a cool idea if we watch like a paranormal show and then analyze it on CAPI Live. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll get a lot of people's different opinions. People will have questions about some of the tactics they use. Could have that really happened? Is that the way that happens? Is this the way that works? Stuff like that. So I think it is a good idea. When she told me about it, I was like, yeah, I think we can definitely do that because it'd be a lot of fun. Beth says that's an excellent. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a lot of that's real. When she told me about it, I was like, that is a really cool idea. 3 in the last 24 hours. I like analyzing shows. I do too. Is the Patreon an app or a member thing on YouTube? It is a member thing. It is not part of YouTube. It is a separate entity than YouTube, but you can get the link for it down there. Just look down there in the description. There's a little triangle there. If you turn that triangle into an upside down arrow, just by pressing it, it'll drop down and it'll give you the description of the show. And in that description is the link to the Patreon. And you can get it. It's also on our website. And I think it's also on our Facebook. But yeah, you can get it a bunch of places. And John, because you said that, actually popped the link up to our Patreon as well. So you can get it there too. Beth, watch Haunted Hospitals on the Travel Channel. It's personal experiences. It's hard not to believe the ones telling their experiences. Oh, it's not hard not to believe them. It's very easy. There's a link to our Patreon on our website too. Yep, I think I said that. But yep, there's also one on the website as well. You can get it on your phone. Yep. Is it free, the app itself? There is no app. You don't have to download an app for Patreon. You don't have to like download an app. You just so sign up for it. I'm actually without cable right now. We are flooded. It will be a couple months before we get back. I'm so sorry. That sucks, man. Get y'all a satellite. You won't have to worry about it. Just get a satellite. You can watch Netflix. Yeah, you can get the app on your phone, Beth, or on your computer and watch it on there like that. I did have Wi-Fi, yes, but that too is bless y'all's heart. We're gonna have to get Beth. I have got so many DVDs, so many. I might have to go through them and see if there's something y'all hadn't seen yet. I bet you I do have some that you haven't seen because I've got stacks and stacks and stacks of DVDs. We'll find y'all something to watch. Sorry, I'm very inquisitive. Do not be sorry for being inquisitive, Cassandra. We love inquisitive on this show. I hate when people don't ask questions because it's boring. Terrible social skills. I have never talked to you and said she has terrible social skills. So yeah, you're barking up the wrong one on that one. Oh, you're so sweet, Cassandra. Yeah, flooding is just one of the things you can't do anything about. I mean, it just happens. All you can do is like they did. At least they're in a situation. Yeah, I'm so jealous of Tom and Beth. They live on a beautiful lake. Yeah, that flooded, and they had to hook up their fifth wheel to the truck and pull it out of there. But at least they have that option. You know, I mean, people that live in a house close to water and it floods, they don't have any options. They just have to watch their stuff float away. and some of them may float away too, trying to get out of there. But Beth and them are smart. They basically have raised their kids and lived their life, and now they want to relax with just them and their beautiful little dog, and right on the lake, and it has some of the most breathtaking sunsets, and they can go fishing on a whim. I mean, they just have the life, man. Beth's got a bunch of chickens. She's got this huge chicken coop with a bunch of chicken. Y'all, it is so precious. It really is. They live the life, man. It is awesome. And yeah, it floods. Okay, it floods. That sucks, but it happens. But we already know it's going to happen. It's like a tornado. If you live in Alabama, you know about tornadoes, right? And you know it's going to happen. And there's just precautions you take for that. They saw the flood coming, and I said, okay, we got to move out. We got to get out of here. That's what they did. But guess what? The water receded and they went right back. So it's not that big of a deal. I mean, it is a big deal if you're the ones doing it, but it happens. So all we can do is love on them when it happens. So, and certain investigations are going to have local celebrity guests. Certain investigations in CAPI pubs are going to have local and national celebrity guests. Y'all, if you're not a Patreon, I know I keep saying it, but I'm telling y'all, this is a great show. I love CAPI Live. I'm not going to lie about it. I tried to stop doing CAPI Live, and y'all freaked the heck out and said, you better not. So it's a great show. I understand that. But this Patreon, the stuff you're going to get on that, y'all just don't know. You're going to have, he said, local celebrities. We do have some local celebrities coming on some investigations very soon. But between live investigations and the Cappy Pub, we got local and national celebrities. So y'all just, my goodness, if you're not on Patreon, you're missing out on so much. Beth, y'all can move in with us in San Antonio. I totally have room, and you're always welcome. No. You can't have Beth. Sorry. Patreon.com, Central Alabama Parent. Yeah, that's our Patreon again. Thank you, John. Well, if I can choose anything. Remember, guys, watch the language, please. No cussing. Please, please, please. They might say something about the other one, the DAMN. They probably wouldn't say it, but they might say something about that one, Katie. Was you on earlier when we talked about that? You might have not been on. We have to watch our language. We can't. We have to keep it super kid friendly. Super kid friendly. Or we can't chat and we can't monetize. So you might not have been on earlier when we talked about that. So yeah, please, if you guys would watch your language. If I could choose anything to talk about on Cappy Live, let's talk about football and my Hawkeyes. You know I'm going to take full advantage of this, Johnny. You cannot talk about football on Cappy Live, sorry. Well, I just downloaded the app and became a Patreon. Do you have to download an app? You became a Patreon? Is that what you just said? Are you serious, Cassandra? Thank you. Oh my gosh, your life is about to change. You fixing to see some stuff. Oh, and you get a T-shirt. You get another T-shirt. You already have a T-shirt, but you're getting another one. I think you already have one, don't you? I think Cassandra's got a bunch of Cappy merch, but you get another one. I'll tell Michelle. That's awesome. Yes, welcome to Patreon. That's awesome. Anything for the fam. Oh, you're so sweet. When does Cappy Pub start? John, when are we starting Cappy Pub? We haven't set a date yet because there's some stuff we have to kind of get down, but it's going to be soon. Very, very soon, Katie. Very soon. Yeah, you have a hoodie. Well, you have a T-shirt. So private message me, Cassandra, what you want your T-shirt to be. It can be any color you want. It can be long sleeve, short sleeve. Well, just tell me what you want. John says very soon. Yeah, there's a few things we're having to work out on that, Katie. Awesome question. Having Carter's name on his. Dang, that's a good idea, Cassandra. Put my name on this one for me, though. Okay, I'll put your name on there. Absolutely. Carter's name on his. Do you want Carter's name on his shirt, Katie? Yeah, if you want his name on there, tell me. And Cassandra, yeah, I'll put your name on there. That's cool. Yeah, just let me know, Katie. Do you want me to put his name on there? I'm waiting on the sponsor to get back to me about details. Yeah, that's one of the things he's waiting on is location, venue, and the sponsor for the show is supposed to be getting back with him. So that stuff kind of takes a little bit of time. They don't get in a hurry about that, but we will have pub very soon. I promise you. Even if we have to do it without a sponsor, we will have pub very, very soon because you guys are already on Patreon, so you should be getting your content. So yeah, we will definitely have that. Katie, let me know. Do you want Carter's name on the shirt? Because it is to be mailed Tuesday, not Monday. I think I told you this past week that it would be mailed out on Monday. It won't. I forgot that Monday is a holiday. It's President's Day. It's not. If it's not too late, it'd be cool to have Campbell on the back or down the sleeve. Down the sleeve would be really cool. Okay, no problem. We'll put Campbell down the sleeve. Cool. Not a prob. Anything for a Patreon except for football. You ain't bringing that trash on my show. Sorry. We will do it in someone's backyard if needed. You damn right. We will. I mean, we dang right we will. See, I told y'all. Bite that lip. I talk about you guys all the time. I've been interested in the paranormal for a long time. I never thought I would be about to be so involved. That is awesome, Cassandra. Um, we could do it on my deck, John. That would be a great place to do the first show. I know, right, John? I'm sorry. I kept telling y'all to watch your language, and then I'm going to say it. I don't think they'll say anything about that word, but I don't want to push it. But I definitely want to keep it kid friendly. That would be cool. I never thought about that, man. Doing CAPI Pub on your deck. Holy camole. We'll have to start it when it starts to get So happy we found you, Cassandra. Oh my gosh, y'all, I love Cassandra to death. Every time I talk to her, she's just, oh my gosh, she is freaking awesome. She is so awesome. And she has got the most beautifulest kids, y'all. I ain't kidding you. Y'all go to our Facebook and look at her. Is that still up, John? I think it is. Y'all go look, check her out where she did that contest, where she did the merch contest. Y'all go check. I mean, oh my gosh. Y'all know Cassandra's got to be good looking because she made some good looking kids. So did Katie. Katie made some good looking kids. Her son, the one she's talking about that gets the shirt, Carter, he looks like he ought to be in the freaking movies, man. That kid is wow. I thought Cappy Pub was supposed to be in a pub. No, it's not going to be in a pub. We never said that. Yeah, it's not in a pub. It's called Cappy Pub because we're going to be doing local beers, locally brewed beers as part of the discussion. And, while we're doing the discussion. You know how there's a show, I can't remember the name of it. How hot or hot topic or hot Talk, or I don't remember the name of it, but there's a show where they do chicken wings and they get hotter and hotter and hotter as they go on, and he does an interview while he's doing it. I can't remember the name of the show, but that's basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing different beers. Every show will be a different locally brewed beer, and we'll be reviewing the beer and talking paranormal. As taboo as it sounds, I used to like in an active house, and I used to live, I think it's supposed to say, in an active house in Flint, Michigan. When I was young, we never a malicious thing, just more of a lingering presence. I was a little girl, like 6 or 7, but I remember, oh, that's awesome. Y'all went all my life. Y'all remember I started in the paranormal when I was 8 years old. And, I've been in it for 40 plus years. And I never got to live in a haunted house all my life. I never got to do that. I always wanted to live in a freaking haunted house. I mean, we moved into some places and something would happen, but I never really, you know, 100%, definitely without a doubt, there was something there, and it made me mad because I was like, I study the paranormal. I'm in the paranormal. I investigate it. And all my childhood, I was like, I deserve to see a ghost. I deserve to live in a haunted house. And I deserve to have the ability to see a ghost. I still wished I had that ability, but I don't, unfortunately, and it's not fair. I've dedicated my life to this, literally. I mean, I've been in the paranormal in my life longer than I haven't been in the paranormal. You know, I'm 49 years old. I'll be 50 in November. And I started when I was 8. So that was only 8 years that I didn't do it. And now 41 years that I have. So it's not fair, man. We can do it soon. Yep, we can, definitely. Now that we have the venue figured out, your deck is a perfect place to do it, man. We could sit around, and we don't even really have to wait for it to get warm either, because it'd be better to do it like in the next few, because they've got this awesome stand-up heater there. I mean, oh my gosh, that's a perfect place. Why haven't we thought about that, y'all? Beth always comes up with the best ideas. We have a local brewery and tap house that I talked to. Yep. Oh, thank you, Beth. You're gorgeous. What did she say? Oh, Katie is go. Yeah, oh, Katie is freaking beautiful. She is gorgeous. Hot Ones. Thank you, John. That's the name of that show that they test the hot wings and talk and interview. Yeah, hot ones. That's right. Thank you. Ever since I was always wondered, and I really enjoy talking with you guys. Makes me feel like I wasn't just a kid with an imaginary friend. Oh, and there are times when I feel that same feeling. It's odd. That is so cool, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the Lord puts people in your life that are supposed to be there. You know what I mean? And y'all look up. This is the Madea. Y'all know Madea, the comedian. Y'all look up her thing talking about people, seasons, and trees. About people coming into your life and when they're supposed to be there. But we know for a fact that Cassandra was supposed to be put in our lives. That's a fact. That's really awesome, Johnny. I wish I'd started years ago when I first got the initiative. It's okay. You started now. You live in a haunted house now, though. Yeah, I do live in a haunted. I get to say I finally. Thank you, Beth, because I didn't finish that. I got interested in the chats, but I did. I grew up all my life, and then most of my adult life, I always wanted to live in a haunted house, and I never got to. And it like used to irk me because I'm like, if anybody deserves to live in a haunted house, it's me because I dedicated my life to this crap. Why don't I get to see them? Or be with them or interact with them or anything except for on investigations, So I was like always, but and y'all know whenever I invited Toby here, I wasn't even thinking that. I wasn't thinking, oh, cool, I get to finally live in a haunted house if he comes. That never entered my mind. I never even thought about that. It was actually a few weeks after he was here. a few weeks after I knew that he was here, let me put it that way, that I finally said, "Oh wow, I finally have a haunted house. I'm finally living in a haunted house." Um, that was a really sad, sad, sad investigation, y'all. It really was. The people that lived in the house, and I'm not downing these people. It's just people handle the paranormal in different ways. They call the paranormal because it's not normal, and normal people don't handle it well. So whenever we told them that, I told them, I said, "There's nothing bad here. You know, the evidence that we've gotten for you, we did get them some evidence. We were able to hand over some evidence to them. I told them that, you know, whatever's here is not bad. I said, as a matter of fact, it is, from our K2 studies and everything that we're doing, and from our EVPs. I think you have a 9-year-old boy here. The history of that house was that a 10-year-old girl had died in a drowning accident in the backyard. It was a big in-ground pool, and a 10-year-old girl had died in that, drowning in that pool, years and years and years and years ago. But what we got through our EVPs and K2 studies was a 9-year-old boy, and that's what it's always been. And now the two times that I have seen Toby, it is definitely a boy. But I keep looking around because every time I talk about him, something happens. He hears his name and knows I'm talking about him, and it'll do something. So something might happen tonight. We might get another float behind me or something. I doubt that, but because I don't think that was Toby. But yeah, while we were there, I wasn't thinking, hey, I can finally have a haunted house. I was thinking, I need to get this. I, I, I need to get him out of here because that's what they want. They want him out. They want him gone. But I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen to him. That's what was going through my mind. Not that I wanted him to be in my house, but that I don't know what's going to happen to this poor guy, this poor kid, you know, this poor ghost. I didn't know what was going to happen because nobody knows. If you do a cleansing and they leave, what do? They go to the neighbor's house? You know, do they go to a second parallel? I mean, nobody knows. So that just concerned me that night for some reason, to a point to where I was emotional about it. And so I told him, I said, hey, I want to go in one more time by myself. And I did. And that's when I told him, I said, if you want to come home with me, you're more than welcome to come home with me. I said, you're not wanted here. You're not welcome here. You have to leave. And I don't know what's going to happen to you when you leave. And I don't want you to be scared. So I want you to come home with me. And I said, I'm extending that offer to you to come home with me. And obviously he accepted. It was a few days later that I had our first incidents with him. And since then, there's been, oh my gosh, for a while there it was daily. And then I've seen him twice on two different occasions, both times out of the corner of my eye or a flash, you know. But the one time that he walked in the kitchen and walked from the living room or the dining room to the kitchen and then out to the wet room, which is our office, I saw him really good. Saw him really, really good that day. And so I know what he looks like. I could pick him out of a lineup. He's never done anything with the kids or Dakota or Michelle or me that would say that he was malicious in any way. He's just part of the family, you know, and it's great to have him. It really is. And I'm kind of disappointed nothing's happening. Usually when I talk about him, something happens. But yeah, nothing's going on. But let me catch up with y'all's text or y'all's post. What happened? Oh my God! Why would? Hold on, yeah, I'm catching up. I just got distracted to that. Beer will be cold, though, right? Yes, the beer will be cold. I ain't drinking no warm beer. Okay, here we go. I finally found the part that I'd stopped reading. Paranormal Johnny in the fifth sense, right? Exactly, Beth. Don't forget. So about Toby, Tyler Perry. Yeah, Tyler Perry. That's who I was trying to think of that does Medea. I'm really not gorgeous. Y'all just need glasses, apparently. I'm not even going to argue with that on that. I think Katie likes people to argue with her. She says off the wall crazy crap like that. Thank you for deleting that, John. Soyalma, ISO, whatever it is. If you're still here, don't bring that stuff here, man. Use your head. Kind of pretend that you're not an idiot. I see Johnny scared and huddling under a cover. I see stupid people all the time. I do. Ghosts don't bother me, but stupid people would make me hide under a cover, definitely. Y'all don't. Everybody's saying that's horrible and sorry for your loss. That's not true. Come on, y'all got to know that that was a troll. Probably a troll. John, you're something else. I think he's gone. Probably a troll. He's not probably a troll. He was definitely a troll. Nobody that if think about it, if that actually happened, are you going to go on YouTube and start posting it? No, he's just an idiot. Unfortunately, we have to deal with people like that. Off with his head, John. Block him. I know, right, Katie? To come on here and say something like that, and it's obviously a troll. That's just never mind. Y'all gonna make me cuss. I see 4 active people and 8 in the room. Yeah, so just y'all, we have to deal with that, unfortunately. But our reporting thing has gotten a lot better. So let me do that real quick. No, someone that really happened to, it's not going to say that. Give me a second, y'all. I'm sorry. There we go. Up with his head. There. Some people in this world are completely sick in the head. I agree. I agree, Katie. Chinks, Cassandra. Could be a kid. Well, if he's a kid, then he's an idiot kid. What a large thumb you have. I know it keeps popping in the screen. I'm sorry because the camera's so close to it. I'm sorry. Boom. Boom. Yeah, I hope that works, Lynette. Absolutely. All right, is there any other questions? I didn't have a topic last or tonight. I think I've already talked about what I was going to talk about. Last week we talked about equipment, how to get equipment, and then this week I was going to talk about how to get investigations because a lot of people have asked me that. I had one guy on Facebook was asking, how to get investigations. Does anybody have any investigations for us to do? And this one team that we used to, never mind, it's a team that are just morons, said, hey, we can come help you. And I was like, yeah, well, but anyway, I think they're peas in a pod, so they should be good. But anyway, he was asking about, does anybody, want us to come investigate? And I said, hey, how much do you charge for investigations? And he's like, none if you're in the Birmingham area. And I said, well, what if you're not in the Birmingham area? And he says, well, we charge for gas. And I said, oh, okay, never mind. And he's like, what kind of activity do you have? And I says, I don't have any activity going on. I just wanted to, I'm a paranormalist and I wanted to help you out and give you some suggestions on how to get investigations. And, but now that you've told me that you charge money for that, for your services, I can't help you out. I said, it's nothing against you. It's just a general rule of mine that I don't help out teams that charge money because I think it's sick and vulgar and evil to charge money in the paranormal. Your clients are already dealing with something that they have no idea how to deal with, and then you're going to come in there and take their money too. And it gives a horrible, sick. I put them right up there with what I do with those shyster psychics. That's why I've extended the challenge on CAPI Live. If you're a psychic and you want to come read for me and prove to me that you know what you're doing, come do it. So far, I've had several try, but no one yet has proved to me that they're psychic, and I doubt they will. But I put those, y'all know how low I think those people are. I put the people that charge for their paranormal services right up there with them on my list. I do not like it. I think that you're a horrible snake if you're taking advantage of someone's misfortune and what they're going through in the paranormal, because this is stuff, it's not normal. It's paranormal. Remember, we said that earlier. If it's paranormal, it's not normal. These people don't normally deal with stuff like that. Guys, I have talked to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in the last week about us coming in and helping them with their problems. Several of those people were in tears talking to me. I cried on the phone today with one of them. I cried with them because of what they're going through and their child is going through, and it just I knew I was going to get started. I knew something was going to do it, make me go all Julia Sugar Baker on here, but it irks me that there's shysters out there that will use the paranormal to make money, just like it irks me that there's people out there that will use money or use their God-given talents of being a psychic, and all they do is ask questions, and people answer the questions, and then they tell them right back what they just answered, and then they're like, "Oh my God, how did you know that?" Well, I don't know, freaking moron. Maybe it was because you just told them that 3 seconds ago, or when we first started this conversation, or maybe you posted it a week ago on your Facebook, and the first thing this guy did, or girl did, whenever they said they want to give you, that they'd give you a reading, is went and read your Facebook. I had a guy tell me not long ago, I can't remember his name, John or Katie, if you remember his name. John, and the reason I say John and Katie is because John and Katie are my partners when we go slash these people on Facebook and YouTube. Well, just Facebook so far, but with them. But I can't remember his name. But whatever his name was, it was John something, I think, or I don't remember. But he told me, he said, "Hey, you want a free reading?" And I was like, "Awesome. That's great. when can we do it? And he gave me a certain date to do it and everything, and it never happened. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and I contacted him and tried to contact him, couldn't contact him, did contact him. Finally got it with his assistant, and his assistant said, "I'm gonna give you the reading." I think on Saturday I talked to the assistant, and he said, "I'm gonna give you a reading Monday, and around noon." And I said, "Okay, that's cool." I went to do the reading. I waited for his call for the reading, and he gave me a call. He was early calling me and was apologizing for being late. How was the first red flag? Well, you're how much of a psychic are you when you don't even know what time you scheduled the meeting for? But anyway, he started asking questions, and he asked me who I was, and I told him, and he's like, "Oh, hold on one second," and then he come back and he says, "Can I call you back?" And because he said, "Oh, Johnny from Cat," that's how he said it, was Johnny from Cat. Can I call you back? I was like, "Sure, absolutely, call me right back." And it was actually convenient for me for him to call me back because at that point, because I was dropping off my daughters at the sitters, and he he never called me back, and then he ghosted me. He blocked me on Facebook, blocked people that were on my list, my friends list, blocked them. I mean, he ghosted me. I can't contact him. I can't go on any of his channels. I can't see him on YouTube. I can't see him on Facebook. He ghosted me because he found out who I was. He found out I was Johnny Rushing from CAPI. And that's what he started to say when he said, "Johnny from Cap." And then he said, "Can I call you right back?" So, yeah. I put those people right up there where I put the people that charge for doing paranormal investigations, for doing haunting investigations. I'll say it right here, right now, and I don't care who hears it or who knows it or who repeats it or whatever. If you charge for doing anything in the paranormal, you are a snake in the grass. You are useless to this field. Your credibility is nothing. The National Paranormal Society is never going to listen to you. I'm never going to listen to you. You're a snake in the grass. You're a crook. You're a shyster. And you're a scam and a phony. That's what you are. All right. If you're taking money to do people's psychic readings, you're a shyster. You're a scam. You're a phony. If you're taking money out of people's pockets whenever they want you to come and do an investigation for them because they don't know what's going on, because they're experiencing stuff in their home and they just want someone to help them, to show them that they're not, one, crazy, two, their kids don't get injured, whatever, you're lower than low. I mean, you're that gunk I pull off the bottom of my shoe whenever I wipe my foot on a rug. That's what you are to me. So if you want to come here and prove me wrong, come to my channel and prove me wrong, bring it. Come give me a reading. I would love that. All right. If you don't want to do it on the show, then call me and I'll do it on the phone. I'll do it via telephone. I'll do it via live. We can be face to face, standing in the same room, and that would be fine too. But just be careful if we're going to do it that way, because never mind. I ain't going to be threatening nobody physically. But yeah, I think you're just, got me all started up in here. Got me. Where's it at? I done got the vapors. Give it to me. Hold on. Here it is. Wow, so much better. Lordy Jesus, I got the vapors. Woo. All these fake, phony pieces of crap. Woo, Lordy. Get my temperature up, got my blood pressure up. Lord have mercy. I will pray for you as I'm kicking you in the rear. Yes, crooks, you scam artists, you phonies. You don't do nothing but give a bad name to the paranormal, whether you're a psychic or an investigator that charges. You're all lower than low. Cockroach turds, that's what you are. Thank you, Lord. Ooh, Jesus. Get me all stirred up and everything. Maybe you want to go burn those. Put my foot so far up your rear. Ooh, your breath will taste like shoe leather. I think the Toby story would be a good article for the newsletter. Thank you, John. You just gave me what I'm going to write about next month. I never know what to write about. I'm usually the last minute figuring something out. John just did it for me. Let me see where I stopped talking. I got all excited and mad. A family friend said to use a rollerball essential oil blend, and that is what I'm going to do. For what? Did you already say something? I don't know. That was a random thought. Oh, it's Lynette. Okay, never mind. Lynette is queen of random. Very subtle, Johnny. I'm not subtle. Not when it comes to them pieces of. I'm not subtle. What about the guy that wanted you to find him a mate? Well, that wasn't. That was just some crazy dude calling about paranormal. That wasn't one of those that charged money or anything. That was just weirdo. I don't know if I told anybody else about that or not. But yeah, a guy called me wanting to ask me questions about EVP recorders and how they worked and how to do EVP sessions and everything. And then when I told him that how to do that, he indicated that he wanted me to come to his house in Birmingham, I believe, and do an investigation. And when I started questioning him about that, he said, "Oh, and by the way, do you guys do matchmaking?" I'm not. You can't make this stuff up. I'm not lying. This guy actually asked me after we talked about paranormal and some of the activity in his home and everything. He actually asked me, "Do we do matchmaking?" Wanted to know if I could fix him up with somebody. Yeah, this is the stuff I deal with. All right. I put my phone number out there. I give my phone number to people. I put it out there. I make it public, and this is what happens. Y'all just don't know. Y'all don't know the life that I lead. You just don't know. Mm, mm, mm. Some crazies. Y'all, we don't go on every investigation that we're requested to go on. I hope you know that. Ask John. John, do we go on every investigation we're requested to go on? We do not. People call us that are just completely crazy. All right. All right. Ghost dust. That, if anybody knows what that is, that come from a client, a potential client that we said we're not going there because the woman was bat crazy. Okay. I mean, way off the rocker crazy. That guy wants us to set him up with a date. No, we're not doing that. We've had investigations requests that we did Google Map because we couldn't find the address. That's the first red flag we get when we do investigations, when we get investigation requests. Is we can't find the address on Google or Garmin or something like that, then that's the first red flag if it's a false address. So what we'll do is we'll research it because a lot of times addresses do change, with E911 systems and stuff like that. So we Googled this and found it, and it was a junkyard. I think there was a house in that junkyard, but it was a literal junkyard. And then some of the stuff that we found out they posted on Facebook and some of the pictures, we were like, yeah, no, not happening. We don't go to everybody that we're requested to go to. Yeah, I'm still waiting on an article, aren't I? Not from me or not. I sent you January's article. Is that what you're talking about? January? Oh my gosh. You done got me scared now. I sent you an article and a recipe. Did you not get it? Holy crap. Yeah. She jinxed Katie for a Coke, and then Katie says, you'll have to accept an IOU for now, Cassandra. That would be a long drive just for soda, no doubt. Okay, I see. I use some good. Excuse me. For my kids, I put it on the bottom of their feet and put socks on them on the feet. I can't pull him up anymore. Yeah, he blocked everybody. He blocked everybody that's on my list. If you're on my friends list, he blocked you. This guy ghosted me, man. When he found out who I was and what I do with psychics, he ghosted me. I cannot find this guy. I can't even Google this guy. And that says a lot about what he's doing, too, because he's like, he knew what I was going to do, too. Excuse me, a paranormal investigator gets ghosted by a fake psychic. I know, funny, right? Him and his husband are both psychics, aka psychos. You're talking about another one now. You're talking about a whole different one. But yeah, what if you do your investigation? What if you do your investigation for free? We do our investigations for free, Lynette. It's not what if we do them. We do our investigations for free. We never charge. Johnny has the papers. Johnny has me crying over here. Johnny's completely lost it. We'll kick you down the stairs and pray for you on the way down. That's right. Hello, Mallory. Giving you ideas was in the fine print of the. That's right. It was, John. See, John knows his contract now. Matchmaking. Yep. He asked me to set him up. He asked me if we did matchmaking. Because that's what you do when you need a date. You don't go online to a dating site, or you don't go to singles clubs or church or whatever. You call the local paranormal team. That's how you get dates. I didn't know this. And I was slacking. I did not know that I was supposed to set up a dating service on the side when I did paranormal. I do know that now. So you guys send your applications in and we'll try to get you hooked up with somebody. I don't know. But remember, we're a paranormal team, so there's no telling who the heck we're going to set you up with. So good luck with that. But yeah, I guess that's a service that we need to start offering. John and Beth, you guys get started on that if you would. Yeah. We've been slacking. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. He asked me if I ever called an EVP of Marilyn Monroe, just out of the blue. That's when he first started talking about EVPs and how to do them. He said, "You ever caught one of Marilyn Monroe?" I said, "No. I've never investigated Marilyn Monroe." So, yeah, y'all don't remember, just don't know what I deal with. Donna's in the market. That's right. We could have set him up with Donna. Why are y'all saying it's February? What did I say that it was? What if it's a mansion? Would you go there? What is a mansion, Lynette? Thank you for being on top of that, John. Thank you so much for being on top of it whenever we get these complete morons that want to come in here and act like they're have a life. I appreciate you being on top of that, buddy. Oh, piece of trash, Gabe. You get reported. You get reported. I'm getting you off YouTube. Thank you. I'm glad you're a piece of trash that wanted to say something like that. I really am, because now I get to be the one to kick your little sorry piece of crap butt off here. Kid friendly, kid friendly, kid friendly, kid friendly. I lived in front of a junkyard. I snuck over there once, and there was a man with his arms constantly raised above his back like he was stuck that way, and he was wearing a dirty tux. I wouldn't go back there if I was you, Mallory. Back in 1999. Yeah, I wouldn't go back there. Leave him alone. My sister found $100 in that junkyard. I got the scary tux, man. Sister finds $100. I get Thin Man. You poor thing. I need an article for February newsletter. Oh, that's why y'all was saying February. No, I mean I sent you one for February. Is what I'm saying. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. I sent you one for February. What was the title of the last article I sent you, Beth? I see what you're saying now. Why y'all was saying, because I said January, I meant February. I know I sent it just the other day. You told Beth you already sent her the January newsletter and recipe. It's February now, Johnny. Yeah, I know what they're saying now. You never have to be lonely with GhostDates.com. That's right. What if some rich person called you for investigation? Would you go to that person's mansion to investigate? Well, of course I would. What does it matter if they're rich or not, Lynette? I did too, Cassandra, in my head. Didn't make that connection. I met Slender Man before he was famous. You sure did, Mallory. You knew him before anybody else did. He gave your sister $100 and you two hands up, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, look again, and I'll look too after the show. But I'm positive I sent you a recipe and a story, an article. I was half asleep, so make sure. Speaking of Slim Man, what is the story behind Slender Man? Do you happen to know, Johnny? It's crap. It's just a story. It's like the Hook and the dentist and the dude with the ring that scratches the top of the car. It's just a story. That's it. It's a creepy pasta. That's exactly what it is. John, you have really good comebacks. He really does. John is very witty. My sister got $100 and I got nightmares. Gotta have a T-shirt that says my sister went to the junkyard and found $100. All I got was this stupid Slender Man. Yes, Slender Man is nothing. It's nothing. It's just a story. Another campfire tale. We need comedy merch, John based. Yeah, we already have some comedy merch coming out, and John is the creator of most of it. Trust me. Urban legend. Yeah, good way to say it. Urban legend. He's nothing. You are psychic, Cassandra. That is amazing. You already knew. We should talk about urban legends. Why? There's nothing to talk about. They're urban legends. They're not real. They're not paranormal. They're folk tales. I said why. Cassandra said why not? Because of what I just said. They're folk tales. They're not real. But you guys are patrons. So if you want to talk about it, it is paranormal. It's not really paranormal. It's where's the line? What line? Debunking urban legends. It's really not. Yeah, they do mess with people because people don't. They don't mess with people. People mess with themselves. Um, Bigfoot is considered an urban legend by many. Yeah, because that's what he is. He's an urban legend. He hasn't been proven. I mean, there's. You guys are talking about debunking urban legends. It's already debunked. I mean, there's nothing. What topic would you go with on that? I mean, it's already debunked. It's not real. Remember, CAPI is all about the real deal, the real paranormal. That's what we're about. I'm not going to change that for show content. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. I can't today tell you that CAPI is about the real paranormal, and that's the whole message. That's the reason we created CAPI. And then tomorrow tell you, let's discuss urban legends. Are they real or not? I mean, isn't that kind of counterproductive? I mean, it's definitely contradictory and hypocritical. I'm picking up what you're putting down too, Katie. I'm just saying it's nonsense. You're not nonsense, and not what you're saying is nonsense. I'm talking about the topic is nonsense. I do know. So yeah, I already saw that one. The spirit possess someone or just demons? Good question. Hold on. I word things wrong. I sound stupid asking, but but I'm genuinely curious. You didn't sound stupid asking that. That's actually a very good question, Cassandra. Cassandra, you got to stop putting yourself down, girl. About the paranormal stuff that's been around you in past live streams, any still happening? Be specific, Mallory. What are you talking about? I won't ask any other questions. See, Katie, dear Lord, I just got through telling you that wasn't you asking the question wasn't ridiculous. Never mind. Okay, I don't think Katie really took her medication like she says she did. I don't believe in creepy pasta. They're just stupid tales that people think they're real when they're not real. What's real is having a dog in the house, especially a Dalmatian. I don't know where that went. That took a 180 turn. Like when you heard a noise and people saw something dark behind your shoulder. Um, no, that's not still happening, Mallory. I do know what you're talking about. That's the one on Nukes. That's the only time it's ever happened. Toby every now and then does something. He did something the other day where he let me see him, and he was just messing with me. He wanted me to go through the house. He wanted me to chase him. And when I got back to the back and there was nobody there, and I came back in and put my gun up and everything and started back upstairs, or started going upstairs, he started laughing at me. So I mean, he every now and then he'll do something that like that, but not on a not on a regular basis. Paranormal. There are many people that believe in the fake paranormal, including urban legends. We can bring light to the real paranormal by telling others the truth. I disagree with that. I'm sorry. I did take my meds. Apparently, I need to increase them to deal with you. You got to double them to deal with me. Now, you're just too sensitive, Katie. That's your problem. But then again, you are Yankee, so it's not your fault. I'm trying to get back to that question so I can answer it. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Here it is. Can a spirit possess someone or just demons? That is an awesome question, Cassandra. One, there's actually no 100% proof that, let me rephrase that. Not going to say there's not 100% proof that possession is real because there was possessions in the Bible and I've seen possessions, but a possession, okay, there's not 100% proof that a Hollywood possession is real. All right, where they go in like a demon goes in, or a malicious spirit or a dark or something goes into someone and takes over their mind. Excuse me. That there's no 100% proof of that ever happening. All right. Well, people say, well, what about the Omen, and what about the what was it, the Anne Frank or whatever it was? Yeah, I know I don't watch those movies, but I mean, you get to see what the media wants you to see. You get to see what Hollywood wants you to see. You get to see what the television shows that are on want you to see on that. A possession, you have to get rid of everything you've thought about on possessions. All right. It's not, a possession's not necessarily a spirit or an entity or a dark or a demon or anything entering someone's body and just taking over the controls, just pushing them out and saying, okay, I'll drive for a while. That's not necessarily a possession. A possession, now, can it happen that way? I believe that it can because I've seen it, but it doesn't usually happen that a possession doesn't necessarily have to be someone taking over the inside and just going with it. Okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. A possession it can actually be, a, an alcoholic, someone who's but addicted to drugs, a serial killer. Possession is the control of of a human body, of a human, being controlled by an exterior force. All right, being controlled, their life being controlled. A serial killer could be considered a possessed individual. Does that mean the devil made them do it? No, it doesn't mean that. It just means that that outside force can manipulate this person because of some neurons and wires and connections not quite going right up there. They can manipulate them into doing things. All right. So think about it like that. It doesn't have to be something bad like alcoholism or drug addiction or serial killer or a rapist or whatever. It doesn't have to be something like that. It could just be a kid that suddenly is just completely out of control. Or it could be a husband who just snaps one night and comes home and, either kills his family or leaves his family or whatever the case may be, whatever that entity wants to have happen. It could be a number of those things. A possession is the control of someone outside their body. All right. An outside force is now in control of that person. So don't think of a possession as the devil's in me now or a demon's in me, and he can, do this. Can that happen? I have to say yes, but you don't have to be a demon to possess someone, but they're not. Oh my God. I don't know why I can't talk tonight. It's not necessarily that entity is entering your body, or the hostess's body, and taking them over and taking over the controls. All right, it's just getting them to do their bidding, basically. A dark entity can come into a home and possess one or many of the people in the home, not by entering their body, but just by manipulating them into doing what they want them to do or acting the way they want them to act. I hope that's clear. I guess the best way I've said it so far. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight, but it's it doesn't have to be a physical possession. I guess is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be, someone, like I said, comes in and just takes over. It can be, it could be a mental thing to where, I was talking to somebody today about this, where it's an instance where there's a very young child being tormented, basically, and I was talking to them about it. I was saying, think of it as a lion going after a pack of gazelles. That lion is not, or say the lioness, all right, because that's who usually does the hunting. She is not going to go over there and pick out. She's not going to look at this big group of gazelles and say, you know what? That biggest one over there looks really tasty. He's got a lot of fat on him. He's really tall. He's got broad shoulders. He's got a long neck. I could eat on him for hours, and there'd be plenty enough for the pride to eat as much as they want. I'm definitely going to go after him. They don't do that. All right, that's the hardest thing. He could get killed, or she could get killed trying to get that gazelle. All right, I'm going to go to this weak one over here, this little one that's only been alive for a few days. He doesn't run as fast as everybody else. Whenever I come up close and they see me, everybody runs, and he's about 20 steps behind. He's the smaller, he's the weakest. That's who I'm going for. I'm going to get him, and then if I want more, I can go get the next weakest one of the herd, and then even my pride can eat off of that. All right. So a dark entity coming into a home could very well do the same thing. He would look for that one person that is not as strong as everybody else. One of the first questions, the team will tell you this, one of the first questions I ask whenever someone says so-and-so is the only person that is experiencing what's going on in our home, the first question I ask is that person always felt like a black sheep? Are they kind of set out from everybody else? Do they act differently than everybody else? Are they temperamental? Are they do they have trouble with the social settings with other people, like in school or at work? Stuff like that, because you want to know about that. If that's the only person experiencing this, then what we need to look at is first we need to look at a mental aspect. Do they need to to go talk to someone like a professional counselor or psychiatrist? Is that what they need to do? Or if there is activity going on, we need to find out why that person is being tormented. That one person is being tormented. See what I'm saying? So a possession can be a full body entry. Okay, it could be that. It could be it went in, the demon went in and has now taken control. It kicked you out of the steering or out of the cockpit, and it took the helm, and now it's doing what it wants to do. All right, or it can be just a manipulation of your normal activity. All right, he wants to disrupt the happiness and well-being of the family. How's he going to do that? Well, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to take that, whoever it is, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be the weakest one there. It could just be the one that's most vulnerable. And that doesn't always mean the weakest. All right. It could mean someone who's open to it or something like that. Someone who's delved into that realm before. See what I'm saying? And they're not necessarily jumping in their body and taking over the controls and becoming the pilot. They're manipulating them to do their bidding, basically. You know what? Instead of arguing with your wife, I would rather you punched her in the face and just went to bed. And just knock her out cold and then go to bed. You don't have to argue. Instead of putting that kid in timeout, I would much rather you beat them with the buckle part of the belt, or instead of paying for that beer that you just picked up, I would rather you rob the convenience store, take the money and the beer. All right. It's that manipulation is a possession. It's a mental possession without taking over the body. All right, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. Let me see. You guys are going to tell me if I'm stuttering or just jammering on. Let me make sure. Let's see. That's another question. I don't know what that was. Like when you heard a noise and people. Yes. The bonus question. For a contest. John, I would advise you to see your doctor and get on some meds if you're going to continue working with Johnny. You're going to, oh my God. The exorcism, Emily Rose. Yeah, Emily Rose. That's what I was trying to say. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure my daughter is part devil. I don't like demons. I love angels. Is that something that is done by any strong spirit? Are there strong and weak spirits, or is it just their capability that makes them strong or weak? I yes, absolutely. Cassandra, I do believe that there is stronger and weaker. Uh, I think I'm froze up. I apologize if I am. I frozen someone? Tell me if I am. That's an awesome question, Cassandra. Um, I do believe that 100%, and I've said that a million times, throughout the years, that energy is their number one thing. That's their gasoline in their car. If I want to use a car to do anything, I've got to have gasoline for it. And if and I want it, and my body as well, I've got to have energy in my body to be able to do anything. Whether it's show myself, if I'm a spirit, if I want to show myself on the staircase, or if I want to make that cup move across the counter, or if I want to possess someone or take control of them mentally, I've got to have that energy. And yes, I do believe that there are stronger and weaker. I mean, that's a fact. They really are. Whether I believe it or not, that is a fact that they are, because we run into many situations like the castle in Selma, Alabama, where there was not millions, but there was many spirits. I'd say dozens of spirits there being held by one very powerful dark entity. It never indicated that it was a demonic, but it was a dark enough entity to where it was actually attacking us mentally and attacking the people that had been there before us mentally, and it was holding several spirits, dozens of spirits there, and holding them captive to use their energy. And we did a cleansing there, and that was just, oh my gosh, the spirit rush there was just, oh my gosh, it was amazing, amazing. Can people just be evil and cruel by themselves, or are they influenced by evil or demons? I don't know how to word this, but that's as close as you worded it perfectly, Cassandra. Yes, I do believe people can be evil by themselves without the demonics. I had a preacher tell me one time that he asked a question. He's like, "Where would you think the most demons would be?" And everybody's like, "Well, I think probably the bar, or maybe the whorehouse. That's where they're going to be." And that preacher said, "No, there's more demons here at this church than there are at the bar." I'm like, "Wait a minute, what? Why would there be demons at the church?" Well, if you think about it, that's true. Demons don't need to go to the bar or the prostitutes or the prisons, where, maximum security prisons where there's a bunch of, I'm sure there are some demons in the prisons because there's not just bad people there. There's good people there too. But there's a heck of a lot more demons at the church than there are at the bar. They don't need to go to the bar. They already got them. They don't want to waste their time on them. All right. You hear drunks say, "I think I got a demon attached to me." No, you don't. They're not having to work on you. We already know where you're going. All right. They're not working on you. They're them on the corner at the church, at the Baptist church, trying to get them. Okay. They don't go to the bars to get the people they already own. Why would you do that? You're going to the church to get those people. All right. So, yes, there can be evil people, and we don't need a demon for that, right? Because they're already evil. And if they're dark in life, they're most likely going to be dark in death as well. So yeah, there can be you can be evil without a demon, definitely. As a matter of fact, you're going to be evil without a demon because if you're evil, the demons aren't going to hang around you. They don't need to. They already got you. All right. How many convicts do you think were actually possessed? Seriously, question, but maybe a crazy. How many convicts do you? There's no way to know that. I mean, I don't know. Do I believe that there's convicts and I hate saying convicts, but do I believe that there's people, men and women and children in incarceration right now that probably didn't have a choice because of a possession, a demonic or a dark entity? Yes, I do 100% believe that. 100% I do believe that. Absolutely. That is an option for them, so why not use it? If you're a demon, that's part of what part of your repertoire. So why not use it? So yeah, that's an awesome question. That's not a crazy question at all. Who was that? Katie. That's a wonderful question. Yes, I do believe there's. I don't know how many because I mean you'd have to interview everybody that's incarcerated to know that. But yeah, I don't. 100% I believe that yeah, there are people that either are alive in jail right now or died in jail or died through execution or that have gotten out of jail, that that were possessed. It wasn't them doing it. Absolutely. Yeah, it was frozen on my end, and I mean I was just sitting there and I wasn't moving, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't frozen on y'all's end. Thank you. Beth, I know people can do evil things, but I'm asking if it's just who they were born as or if it's from some side of life. I can't understand. There's different conditions that they did brain scans of schizophrenics. They've done brain scans of homosexuals. I'm not knocking homosexuals. That's your choice. But I'm saying they did these different brain scans and they did find differences in normal brains and these people with these conditions. Their molecular workup. So, yeah, that I believe that some conditions can cause that, but I also believe that I don't believe that anyone is ever born evil. All right, I really don't. I don't think anyone's ever born evil. But if you're not wired correctly, I think that society can influence who you're going to be and what you're going to do. If you're not wired correctly to deal with that, if that makes sense. What makes an entity dark? A tragic death, or is it because of who they were when they were alive? Not necessarily. I think an entity can become dark after death, a tragic death. I think they can become dark because of what they've had to go through. I also think, what are you doing? I thought you were supposed to be in bed. Did you put that stuff on your bed? Did you put the clothes on your bed, the bed clothes on your bed? Did you just throw them on there, or did you actually put them on there?
Well, I didn't put it on there.
Put the fitted sheet on. You know how, right? You just put it on each corner. But I'll be there soon to help you. I'm so sorry, yo. Okay. I had to remind myself what I was talking about. I think a situation can turn an entity dark. I think anger can turn an entity dark. I think unfinished business, a sudden death. I think an inability or an unwantedness of acceptance of the situation can definitely turn someone dark. Or like I said, anger or great sadness can definitely turn them dark as well, or jealousy. I don't. It can't turn them demonic. Don't think that. There's no such thing as a human demonic. It does not. There's definitely no 100% without a doubt. There's no such thing. A human cannot become an angel. You know how people say, oh, they wanted when they took her, God must have wanted another angel. No, a human cannot become an angel. Humans and angels are completely different. Completely different. All right, just like humans and demons are completely different. We can't die and be Mother Teresa. All our lives we're like Mother Teresa. We do nothing but great things, and we believe in God, and saved when we turned 8 years old, and we 8 years old is usually if you die after 8 years old, you're going to wherever you chose to go to instead of you're automatically going to heaven. People say that you're born a sinner, but you haven't sinned. That's why babies and small kids go to heaven when they die. You're born a sinner, Christian belief, strictly speaking on Christianity here. You're born a sinner, but if you haven't sinned, you still go to heaven. All right. So all the theologians and all them always say 8 years old is usually that age. But say you got saved whenever you were 8 years old, and you've lived your life all your life as a minister, and you've done nothing but great things and wonderful things. When you die, there's not an application sign-up sheet for becoming an angel, you know. Or it'll say when you turned 8 years old, you started killing puppies. And when you went to school, you started killing classmates. And when you grew up and got out of jail, got out of juvie, and you grew up, you started killing, I don't know, like Jack the Ripper, and started killing hookers on the east side, you know. And then all your life you were nothing but evil, you know. And then you become, I don't know, a Bin Laden, you know, and you just like to watch people die and slowly torture them and stuff like that. And all this, you know, you're not going to die and go down to hell, and the devil's going to say, you know what? I really liked your work up there, man. You work good. I have got an opening that I think you would be great at. I really do. I'm needing another demon. We had to kind of kill a couple. You know, they forgot my breakfast. Stupid. I understand. But I was angry. I couldn't help it. I had to kill them. I had to devour them. I got a couple openings. I know they call you Jack the Ripper. Some of those throat cuts even made me scream, you know. And I'm liking you, bruh. You know, I'm wanting to lake of fire. That's a choice. I could throw you over here in the lake, and you can just burn for eternity. You're never gonna die. You're just gonna burn, 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 and you're gonna be horrible. And we're gonna torture you, and just that's horrible. Or you be a demon. Okay, it didn't happen. All right. We're not going to die and we're so evil that we're going to become a demon, but we can be so evil that we remain to be evil, or we can be so emotionally charged to whether it be sadness, jealousy, hatred, unacceptance, whatever, we can be turned into a darker entity, or we can remain to be the same dark person that we always have been. So, yes, absolutely, John. My mom and I never have a demon bother us because my mom collects angel statues. I'm starting to collect Michael's statues. Yes, those angel statues and St. Michael's statues can't help you, though. Your faith is what helps you, not those statues. That's just like wearing a cross around your neck doesn't automatically make you a Christian and protect you against evil. All right? You put a cross on a demon's forehead, it's not going to do like Hollywood does and burn a cross into his forehead and make him die. You throw holy water on a demon, it's not going to necessarily make him run and flee in fear. All right. There has to be some faith backed up to those weapons. All right. If you don't have faith backed up to those weapons, they're not going to do anything for you. All right. I grew up raised by an evil man, so I've always been looking for that answer. I can relate to that, Mallory, unfortunately. Um, awesome. I'm glad you are. It's just hard to accept the stuff that's happened. I agree. I agree. People can't forget their past and allow it to fester into their adulthood. I'm sorry you had to deal with it. The best thing for you is to forgive. And well, that may be, but my mom was like 6 months. Lynette, I never said anything was wrong with collecting the statues. I said they won't help you, and that your faith is what is your weapon, not the statues. There's nothing wrong with collecting statues. I don't know how you got that from what I said, but yeah, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. Please continue to collect the statues. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome advice. You guys give some of the best advice. Yes, you do, Mallory. You always have a loving family, right? I was curious about the demon thing. I knew human souls couldn't become angels, but I was never completely certain that in hell the devil couldn't contort a human soul. No, he can't. He can't turn a human into a demon. No one can. John, you're such a nut. I'm used to sweet and iced tea. I can't lie. I love Supernatural. I do too. Them men's is beautiful. She likes some salmon dean. All right, is there any other questions? I like where the conversation went. That's pretty cool. Other than overly sensitive people. But it keeps it fun though, right? But my brother still drinks beer sometimes when he has a little too much. It's hard to wake up, and sometimes he doesn't. Maybe when he gets to be your dad's age, he'll quit drinking. Good night, everyone. It's my bedtime. Good night, Mallory. See you next Sunday. Okay. Last question. Do it keeps disappearing? Do spirits get stronger or weaker over time? It's not a case of stronger or weaker because their whole, like I said before, their whole means to existence is energy. So it's not really saying that it's getting weaker. It's just running out of energy. It has to get more energy. But once it gets that energy, then it's stronger. But when it loses that energy, it's weaker. See what I'm saying? So it's not really a case of going from weak to stronger. Now, I do believe a spirit can become more knowledgeable of its surroundings. Say there's someone that dies suddenly and they don't know that they're dead. They just go home and go about their lives and don't understand why people aren't paying attention to them anymore. They start going a little batty. I think they can come to a realization of what has happened. And so mentally they grew, but physically they did not. Their physical power, they did not. They can't make that bottle cap shoot across the floor by thumping it. Remember Ghost when he was in the subway trying to thump that bottle cap? They can't conjure up that energy needed to do that. And I think that they'd get stronger mentally and in knowledge when they figure out how to summon that energy and then direct that energy. You remember the guy, the older ghost on the subway that kept trying to get Patrick Swayze to leave, and he kept saying, I can't believe I'm referencing a movie to answer a paranormal question, but it's perfect. It's a perfect analogy. He kept telling me, he says, you're trying to use your finger. You don't have a finger anymore. you know, your finger's buried in a box 6 feet in the dirt, back home. You don't have a finger anymore. Quit trying to use your finger to thump that cap. You need to use your energy. You need to summon everything you got and put it in the tip of that finger, that illusion of a finger, and push that cap. And then you can do it. All right. So to answer your question, I don't think it's so much of weaker to stronger or stronger to weaker, because they can get that. It can go back and forth. They can get weaker because they don't have any energy, but then they get energy and now they're stronger. But then they lose that energy and now they're weaker, like a battery, a rechargeable battery. We just keep going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. All right. And we're going to gather that energy anywhere we can get it. That energy is their food. All right. Like we need food to survive. They need energy to exist, to do what they want to do. So, but now mentally, I do believe they can go from weaker to stronger, because it's not really, still not really a weak to strong a weak to strong reality for them. It's a no knowledge to knowledge. All right. When we're first born as a human, we learn from birth to the age of 8, or actually to the age of 12. That's when we're the most open, and we're sponges, and we literally sop up the wet knowledge all around us that people is dropping. And if it's bad knowledge that we get, then it's bad knowledge that we're going to have. If we're raised wrong, then we're going to act wrong. If we're raised lovingly and educationally, then that's the person we're going to become, right? Unless there's something going on. Remember, like we said earlier, where you have people that have some sort of neurons that's not kicking on the right degree, on the right amperage, then that's a totally different story. But the knowledge can build. I think that would make them, in a sense, stronger to weaker mentally, but physically, and being able to do physical manipulation and to navigate the stairs or whatever, then we need that energy. And so we can't but it's still not really going from weak to strong. We're gathering for now. Okay. But we still need to get, because we're going to be weak again. All right. Hope I answered that correctly. I am tired. So can they become dormant and still be there, or do they eventually fade without the energy? Nobody knows the answer to that question. They can become dormant due to a lack of energy or a lack of desire. They can definitely become dormant. And that's the reasons why they become dormant, is either lack of energy or lack of desire. I don't think they'll ever fade away without the energy, because the energy doesn't make them who they are or what they are. The energy allows them to manipulate their surroundings. All right. Energy doesn't make a spirit. All right. They need energy to do anything just like we do, but that's not what a spirit is. All right. That's not what a soul is. It's not, I mean, it is a collection of energy, but it's not the creation, the human creation, whether you believe in God or evolution or whatever, but the human creation is a matter. And then when we lose that matter, i.e., death, we now become that inner thought, that inner personality, that driving soul that kept that matter moving. That's what we become. We don't become energy. We become that thought. All right. That's why you've heard. I know you guys have heard God is going to be. I disagree with this 100%. I've known ministers. I still know ministers that say this, that God is going to be in the eye of the beholder. I don't believe that. Like if you're, you grow up and you go to your grandmother's house and you're white and you see a white Jesus on the mantle, right? But then if you grow up and you go to your grandmother's house and you're black, you see a black Jesus. Let's go, you go to your house, your grandmother's house, and you're Latino, you're going to see a Latino Jesus on the, blah, blah, blah. You're actually going to see probably Mary, but you may see a Latino Jesus on the crucifix above the mantle, above the fireplace. I don't believe that. God created us in his likeness. All right. He didn't create us. That doesn't mean God's white because he created a bunch of white people, or it doesn't mean God's African because he created a bunch of Africans, or Italian because he created a bunch of Italian. It doesn't mean that. And I don't think we're going to see him in that set. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to see him in that race or category or whatever you want to call it. Remember, he did that afterwards. He split the nations after that. So I think God, when it says God made us in his likeness, it means our soul, our spirit, our inner energy, our inner being. That's what's made us. And so everybody's got that. It's the exact same thing. I don't care what color you are or whatever. And it's either tarnished or it's white as snow. It's either been tainted or it's been wiped clean, right? No matter what religion you are. So he created us in his image for, remember, strictly Christianity here. Not knocking any other religion. That's just what I can relate to. He created our soul to move this matter around and to do his works, right? And then once we lose this matter, it expires, its time is up, it goes away, but our spirit still stays there. And that's what we're created in likeness of, is our spirit, all right? Our soul. And everybody's is going to be the same when you get to heaven, all right? So I don't know. I don't think that they'll ever fade without the energy. I just think that their ability to manipulate and navigate will diminish without the energy. So I guess that wasn't my last question. I don't have a problem with multiple last questions. What if somebody such as myself grew up in a family who does charity work? What happens to that family? It doesn't matter what your acts are. It matters what your heart is, Lynette. It doesn't matter what you did. We said that earlier. They are blessed. Yeah, they'd be blessed, definitely. Thank you, Beth. But it doesn't matter what our acts are. Like I said, you could be a quintessential Mother Teresa all your life, saved since you were 8 years old, baptized at 9, grew up in a ministry as a young evangelist and became a minister and just did nothing but great works all your life. That's not going to differentiate what you're going to be or what you're going to do as far as I'm thinking you're asking, I'm having to reread your question, but I'm thinking you're asking what's going to happen to them after death, I guess, because that's what we're talking about. That depends on the heart of the person, not their acts. You're not judged on your acts. You're judged, well, you are judged on your acts, kind of. I mean, your reward's going to be greater for your acts, but as far as getting in there in the first place, being in paradise or being in torture, that's going to be for your heart, not for your acts, right? I've been holding out for my whole life. All I know is how to volunteer and help others and to make other people happy. My mom does it. My dad does it too because my dad is a Knights of Columbus member. Cool. Curious if you mean my exact questions are about me. I don't know what you meant by that. I don't know. Were you talking to me there, Cassandra? You talked about how we are created in God's image. So, yeah. So a lot of my family thinks that spirits linger until God calls us to come to heaven in end times, or do we move on? That is an awesome, awesome topic for next week. Let's do that. Remind me, John, that's next week's topic. What happens to the soul after death? Paranormal versus Christianity. That is an awesome topic. Man, I like that. Thank you so much, Cassandra, for asking that. Guys, it is almost 3 hours into the show. I am going to go ahead and cut it for now. I still got a lot of stuff to do before I can go to bed. I love you guys. Thank you so much for an awesome show. Cassandra, you the question lady now. You got to make it to every show so you can ask those, you and Katie has some freaking awesome questions, man. You two together are just phenomenal. So I love that question you just asked. I definitely want to delve into it. It's one of my favorite topics, and it'll make a great entire topic. I mean, an entire show. Answering that is going to be a 3 hour ordeal, and explaining all the aspects of it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you so much for that question. Guys, I love you. I hope you have a great paranormal week. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. We'll be back on next Sunday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the CAPI channel, CAPI Paranormal. And I can't wait to see you guys. Have a great paranormal week. And remember, if you hadn't already done it, check out the Patreon. You're going to miss out on so much if you don't do that. Katie can tell you she's already been on the investigation. She's going to be on a lot more. Cassandra's fixing to freak out because she's going to get all kinds of stuff. And she's coming in at a great time because we're fixing to start the pub. And it's going to be such a great time. It really is. It's going to be 150% worth it. I promise you. So you guys check that out. See if you can make it happen. If you can, please join us on our Patreon. We love you. Can't wait to see you next week. You guys keep it strong, keep it up, and also please have a paranormal week. Good night.